premature assessment. Good. Okay, teammate, give me some noise. Team B, give me some noise. Team C, give me some noise. Nice stuff. Okay, go medal as well on stage. Fantastic, Mr. James Clinton!
Thanks. You're not whispering now, are you? Yeah, unlucky losers. So I have everyone well? We well?
Yes.
Yeah? Well?
Yes.
Well at the back?
Yeah.
Good. I look at the mirrors, it's nice, that's good. I can see myself dying on my arse already. Good times. So I have give you some information. I've just got back from Asia. Yeah. Give me a shout if anybody's ever been to Asia. Yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it? Horrible place. Pretty disgusting all around Asia. Really cramped place, full of people. Yeah, horrible. And the people in Asia, to be honest, are the worst thing about the people in Asia. Aren't they fat? Aren't they ugly? Don't they stink as well? Aren't they horrible, stinking, fat, ugly people in Asia with their bad teeth, their bad skin, and their bad faces? Fat people in Asia that just stink. And my advice to anybody about thinking about going to Asia is just don't fucking bother. Sorry, not Asia. Asda. That's and if you've ever been to Asda in Hyson Green, that joke will mean a lot more to you. They don't even add ciabatta. It's a weird thing. So a little bit about myself. Can you hear me? Is this sound gone really weird? So you can hear it, okay. Sounds a bit echoey, Francis. Okay. So a little bit about myself. My name's James. I'm 33 years old. It's about right, isn't it, for this face? It's about right. And I'm kind of starting to feel my age a little bit more, starting to get up a little bit older. It's not like when I was in my 20s, all young, dumb and full of spunk. You're not whispering now, are you? You're not whispering now. So it's one of these things where I'm starting to get a little bit older, but it's the little things in life. So for example, this morning, I found my first ever grey pubic hair. Not ideal. What made it worse, it was in a sandwich I bought from Asda. They're not all Asda jokes, don't worry about that. They're not all Asda jokes. Do you work for Morrison's or something? I think with that face you might do. Now, if I were you, I'd put that bag for life over your head. So we move on. Sorry, I know, it's really horrible. I'm not really like this. So a pubic joke. Yeah, so I hate, something I do hate is Monge 2. Give me a shout if you hate Monge 2. Yeah, horrible. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my fucking life. Monge 2, disgusting. Hate Monge 2, disgusting, horrible things. I even see it, makes me want to throw up. Monge 2, horrible, disgusting. Monge 2, probably one of the worst sequels of a film of all time. I don't know. I liked the first Monge film, don't get me wrong. Monge 1 was good, but Monge 2, I don't know why they should have left it, because at the end of Monge 1, if you remember, he was in that, he had that big car accident, he was in that wheelchair, and then Monge 2, he spent the rest of Monge 2 as a vegetable. Don't clap that, you'll regret that in the morning. You will. Did I clap that? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did, never mind. Anyway, I've got some good news for you, Nottingham. Got some good news. If I do that, you make a noise. I've got some good news for you. I finally passed. Got my exam results, finally passed my exams. Insect collecting for beginners, passed it. I got 2 B's. I got 2 2 B's. I've got 2 B's. But I've got some bad news for you, Nottingham. Got some bad. It's good news and bad news today. You've got big cook, little cook, and good news, bad news today. That's what we've got. Why do I keep looking at you? Why am I doing that? It's a bit weird, isn't it? What's your name? Anybody give a round of applause? What's your real name? What's your name? Shelley, short for, probably got a thyroid problem, that's what you've got. Yeah, got some bad news. I suffer quite badly with insomnia, which is quite bad. So I've suffered it for quite some time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, quite bad. Couldn't get to sleep. Bit of a nightmare. Very, very tired in the morning. A friend of mine said to me yesterday. He said, "What you need to do? Start counting sheep. That will help you." So last night, started counting sheep. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Everything straight down, no problem at all. It's good news for me. Bad news if you're a stock-taking shepherd. It's not great, that is it? That's not great. So I have got some. Really, in reality, we'll stop the jokes now. We'll do the reality stuff. I got engaged about 6 months ago. No, I got engaged to a woman. Unlucky, Shelley. Unlucky. Single back to where you going? Where do you live? Come on. Okay. Really? Stapleford? Okay, that's nice. It's alright, okay, it's alright. Put that back on. Yeah, so I did get engaged. Very lovely, very fantastic, which is a wonderful thing because as a kid growing up, it was very, very difficult for me. I was a big, massively overweight. I had no confidence, really socially awkward, and it was quite a difficult time. I used to suffer quite a lot with eczema, psoriasis of the skin. It used to be quite bad, quite nasty. It got so bad, in fact, that I used to wake up in the morning and think that I'd eaten a Caesar salad in bed. Nobody wants that, do they? Not even in Stapleford. Nobody wants that. But yeah, it was quite bad growing up. At school, I was trapped. At school, I liked school. School was quite an exciting time for me. My favourite subject at school was art. That's my favourite subject. I used to love art. That was my favourite thing. And particularly the 1 week during art class where the nude model came in, and you got to draw the nude model. It was an exciting time for every man. I'm sure you all will agree. This one guy who came in, he was a Jewish bloke who was quite well endowed. Yeah, quite well endowed. He was so well endowed, in fact, that I ran out of purple crayon. Had to use yellow in the end, which made it look like hepatitis, but never mind. What I liked about school was you learned facts, and I still like learning facts. That's what I quite like to learn the facts. Here's a fact for you right now, Nottingham. Here's a fact for you from Stapleford to Nottingham right now. Here we go. Fact number 1. Fact number 1. Twins skip a generation. That's a fact. So that basically means if your parents haven't seen a 1986 film with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, chances are your grandparents have. That's how that skips a generation. It does take a bit of working out, that joke, doesn't it? It does take it. You might need a pen and paper for that one. Here's another fact for you. Sales of Chinese chocolate aren't going so well in the Far East. That's a fact for you. Actually, that's not a fact. That's just Chinese whispers. Don't do that. That's my favourite joke. That is my absolute favourite joke. So I am engaged. She's in the room tonight as well. Not you. Just put 2 holes. We'll talk. We are engaged, and it's great being in a relationship. It's really lovely, but you do have to work on it on an almost daily basis. I have to point that out, on an almost daily basis. We do have arguments. We do have these big, massive rows, and you say something in the heat of the moment, in the heat of an argument, where sometimes you don't mean it, do you? You don't mean it. And she said something to me quite hurtful. Quite nasty. And I said to her, Darling, sticks and stones, they break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That was quite nice. Till she twatted me over the head with the phone book. It's not ideal, that. It's not ideal. So we do have these massive rows. Has anybody ever seen the TV show Real Housewives of New York? Have you seen that show? Give me a shout if you have. Yeah. You've nodded. I told you to shout. Shout. Shout now. Yes. Good news. What's your name? Melissa, short for. Done that joke, don't bother. I've seen, basically, if you haven't seen the Real Housewives of New York, what it is, it's basically a load of bitches, middle-aged bitches. Watch the show, sweetheart. It's a load of middle-aged bitches just basically bitching at each other, shouting at each other, then shouting at the screen, then shouting again. It's just basically 30 minutes of bitching. And we're having this big argument, and they were having this argument, and you can do this at home, you can do this at work, you will never lose an argument if you do this exact thing. This is exactly what happened. So they're having this massive bitch session, huge thing going on, and all of a sudden this woman goes, do you know what? I've not even forgiven you for what you did to my friend Gwyneth. And they all just stopped. They all just stopped and they just went, what? Gwyneth who? And she honestly looked everybody in the eye and went, Gwyneth Paltrow! And just walked off. It's an amazing thing. You can just start out at work, it will work, I promise you it will. Not great. We do, as I say, with this relationship with the wonderful fiancée, we are going through, I will be honest with you, we are going through a bit of a sexual malaise at the moment. Things aren't going so well sexually. You've been with someone for 5 years, it's bound to happen, is it? Of course it is. I told her maybe she should go out, maybe get herself a Brazilian. Thought that would be good. Till I came back from work one day, she's in the front room shagging Pele. Not ideal, is it? Not ideal. But we do have this wonderful relationship, but we still have these communication problems, as you'd expect. She told me the other day, she said, James, I would like you to be more of a tiger in the boudoir. I took that for I was allowed to eat Kellogg's Frosties in bed. You live and learn, don't you? You live and learn. I'm going to leave you now with something that happened to me when I was about 12. It's okay, don't worry, it's not going to be bad. When I went to, it's too far away now, isn't it? When I went to Alton Towers, 12 years old, went to Alton Towers, used to love a bit going to Alton Towers, going on all the rides, everything was fantastic, everything was lovely. We went on all the rides and we decided we were going to see this thing called the Music Powerhouse, which was basically this semi-professional duo act, fantastic act. They were singing songs at the time, songs of the era, and they were singing the classic Paula Abdul track, Opposites Attract. I'm sure you've all heard of it. Give me a shout if you've heard of that song. Classic song. If you don't know what it is, it's a duet basically. One person sings something to say that they like something, the other person said something that's the completely opposite. That's how you fall in love. It's quite obvious. Opposites attract. For example, do you like badger baiting and casual racism? You do, yeah. We couldn't date. Put your bag back on your bed. So they're doing this shit. They're singing along at Alton Towers. It's a wonderful time. Everyone's got their leotards on. It's a fantastic time. There's a bit in the song that goes like this. It goes like this. I like it serious and I like a joke. I don't like cigarettes. I like to smoke. See, it's the opposite, isn't it? It's the opposite. You see what they've done and they fall in love. It's a fantastic thing. But at Alton Towers, the wonderful family theme park that it is, they changed the lyrics for this. So they changed it as a wonderful family thing. So they changed it to these lyrics. And still to this day, it makes me chuckle. And I'm going to leave you with this, Nottingham. Thank you very much for coming. I'm going to leave you with this. I like it serious and I like a joke. I don't like cigarettes. Neither do I. Neither do I. You've been beautiful. Thank you very much for listening, cheers.
Just want that man to have a shouting match with everyone. He's falling in the middle of it. Yeah! He's still shouting away.